Imagine the weight of 10 years lost at sea, the pull of home like a distant star, and the gods themselves watching every twist of fate. Odysseus has already survived the wrath of Poseidon, the song of the sirens, and the horrors of the underworld. But the journey home is far from over. While the other Greek heroes long ago returned from Troy, our clever king of Ithaca remains adrift. Tested, transformed, yet unbroken in his longing for Penelope, Telemachus, and the rocky shores of home. Welcome to our journey through Homer's The Odyssey. If you're enjoying this podcast, please follow and subscribe, and share this content with a friend. Today we're diving into this special bonus episode, a powerful recap of books 11 through 20. In Book 11, Odysseus descends into the realm of the dead, guided by the sorceress Circe's instructions. There, in the shadowy underworld, he performs a blood ritual to summon the spirits of the departed. He speaks first with the prophet Tiresias, who foretells the rest of his journey, dangers yet to come, a final voyage of atonement, and eventual peace in old age. The hero then encounters the shades of fallen comrades: Agamemnon, murdered by his treacherous wife; Achilles, who would rather live as a servant on earth than rule among the dead; and his own mother, Anticleia, whose death from grief over her missing son brings fresh sorrow. Odysseus learns of the suitors devouring his estate back in Ithaca, fueling his resolve. He sees many famous women and heroes of old before fleeing the growing hordes of ghosts, his heart heavy, but his path clearer. Emerging from the underworld, Odysseus returns to Circe's island in Book 12. The goddess warns him of the perils ahead, the sirens whose enchanting song lures sailors to their doom, the deadly strait guarded by Scylla, a six-headed monster that snatches men from ships, and Charybdis, the whirlpool that swallows everything in its path. True to form, Odysseus has his crew plug their ears with wax and ties himself to the mast to hear the siren's irresistible call without succumbing. They navigate the horrors, losing 6 men to Scylla's grasp, and later face the sun god Helios's sacred cattle on the island of Thrinacia. Despite warnings, the starving crew slaughters the beasts. Zeus punishes them with a devastating storm that destroys the ship, drowning everyone except Odysseus, who clings to wreckage and washes ashore on Calypso's island, setting the stage for where we first met him. Books 13 through 16 shift the scene dramatically as Odysseus finally nears home. In Book 13, the Phaeacians, true to their word, ferry the sleeping hero back to Ithaca and leave him with lavish gifts. Poseidon, still vengeful, turns their ship to stone as punishment. Athena appears to Odysseus, helps him hide his treasures, and disguises him as an old beggar so he can scout the situation without being recognized. He makes his way to the hut of his loyal swineherd, Eumaeus. Book 14 deepens the emotional layers as Odysseus, in disguise, tests Eumaeus's loyalty. The faithful servant welcomes the stranger warmly, sharing what little he has and lamenting the absence of his true master. Odysseus spins a clever tale of his own supposed adventures, probing for news of home while concealing his identity. Their bond grows, highlighting themes of hospitality, loyalty, and quiet endurance. In Book 15, Telemachus returns from his own journey to Pylos and Sparta, evading the suitors' ambush with Athena's guidance. He too stops at Eumaeus's hut, where father and son are unknowingly reunited in proximity. The tension builds as Odysseus reveals himself to Telemachus in Book 16. Their emotional embrace, tears, joy, and fierce determination marks a turning point. Together, they begin plotting the downfall of the suitors who have overrun the palace, wooing Penelope and squandering the family's wealth. The father-son partnership, forged in secrecy and fueled by shared purpose, becomes a cornerstone of the homecoming.
Looking for more great storytelling? Check out History in Decades, the podcast that makes history feel alive and relevant. Each episode walks you through one decade at a time, from the early American colonies to the modern world. It's hosted by Jim Rand. It's engaging and full of the lessons we can still learn from the past. Search for History in Decades on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Download History in Decades podcast today.
Books 17 and 18 bring Odysseus, still disguised, into the heart of the chaos at his own palace. He endures insults, blows, and mockery from the arrogant suitors and disloyal servants. In Book 17, his old dog Argos recognizes him and dies of joy on the spot, a heartbreaking moment of fidelity. Penelope, ever hopeful, questions the beggar about news of her husband. Book 18 sees further tests of character. Odysseus fights a beggar named Iris in a brutal match to amuse the suitors, and Athena inspires Penelope to appear before them, stirring their desires while she subtly advances her own plans. The queen's cunning and grace shine through. Book 19 deepens the intimacy as Odysseus and Penelope converse late into the night. She shares her sorrows and the trick of the endless shroud she wove by day and unraveled by night. The disguised king tells a detailed yet fabricated story of meeting Odysseus, offering her hope. Euryclea, the old nurse, washes his feet and recognizes the scar from a boar hunt years ago, nearly exposing him, but Odysseus silences her. Portents and omens continue to build dread among the suitors. In Book 20, the eve of reckoning arrives. Odysseus lies restless in the hall, plotting. Athena comforts him. Penelope pours out her anguish in prayer. The suitors continue their revelry, oblivious to the storm gathering around them. Divine signs multiply, thunder, birds of prey, yet the intruders dismiss them. Odysseus remains patient, his mind sharp as ever, ready for the final confrontation. Through these books, we see Odysseus evolve from a lone wanderer haunted by loss into a strategic leader reclaiming his life. Themes of perseverance, family loyalty, clever disguise, and the slow burn of justice weave through every trial. The suitor's arrogance grows, but so does the quiet power of those who have stayed true. And that brings us to the brink of the great reckoning. In the next chapters of our journey, the bow will be strung, arrows will fly, and Odysseus will finally reveal himself in all his glory. Thanks for joining me on this special recap through Homer's The Odyssey. I'll see you soon as we continue the homecoming. Until then, hold fast to hope. Like Odysseus, the long road home is worth every step.